AMD just declared war on NVIDIA. The AI chip battle that changes everything for years, NVIDIA looked untouchable. In 2026 alone, NVIDIA generated an incredible $215.9 billion in revenue. AMD, just $34.6 billion. That gap is massive. But something changed. AMD stock exploded 91% in 2025, becoming one of the fastest-growing chip stocks in the market. Now the company is making billion-dollar moves, signing huge AI deals, investing heavily in manufacturing, and directly challenging NVIDIA's dominance. What we're witnessing is no longer a simple chip rivalry. This is a full-scale war over the future of artificial intelligence, NVIDIA's dominance. To understand why this battle matters, you first need to understand how far ahead NVIDIA really is. The company has become the king of the AI boom. Its GPUs power most of the world's largest AI systems, data centers, and frontier models, and the numbers are staggering. NVIDIA finished fiscal 2026 with $215.9 billion in revenue. Then things accelerated even further. In Q1 fiscal 2027 alone, NVIDIA reported a record $81.6 billion in revenue, up 85% from the previous year. That kind of growth is almost unheard of for a company already operating at this scale. But NVIDIA is no longer thinking like a chip company. CEO Jensen Huang keeps talking about AI factories. Instead of simply selling GPUs, NVIDIA is selling complete AI infrastructure, including networking, servers, software, cooling systems, and entire data center architectures. That strategy has created enormous demand. Reports suggest NVIDIA's supply pipeline is so strong that customers are already placing orders for 2027 and even 2028. The company is effectively becoming the operating system of the AI economy. AMD's secret comeback. For years, AMD was viewed as the smaller competitor. But behind the scenes, the company has been preparing for this exact moment. AMD stock surged 91% during 2025 as investors began recognizing its growing position in AI infrastructure. Then came a series of aggressive moves. AMD announced a $10 billion investment in Taiwan focused on AI chip manufacturing capacity. The company is also pushing technology boundaries. Its new 2-nanometer EPYC Venice processor became the first server processor announced at this level, giving AMD another opportunity to compete in high-performance computing. Most importantly, AMD stopped trying to compete only on individual chips. The company began building complete AI platforms combining GPUs, CPUs, software, networking, and rack-scale systems. Because that's where the real battle is. Moving. The AI race is no longer just about who has the fastest chip. It's about supply chains, software, ecosystems, manufacturing capacity, system integration, and the ability to deploy AI infrastructure at massive scale. Meta changes everything. Then came the announcement that shocked Wall Street. Meta signed a massive multi-year partnership with AMD. The deal includes up to 6 gigawatts of AMD Instinct GPU infrastructure. To understand how enormous that is, we're talking about power levels associated with some of the world's largest AI deployments. AMD CEO Lisa Su described it as one of the most transformational deals in company history, and the agreement goes far beyond buying hardware. Meta will receive performance-based warrants tied to AMD's execution. Those warrants could eventually equal up to 160 million AMD shares worth billions of dollars if shipment targets are achieved. Investors immediately understood the significance. AMD stock jumped roughly 7% the same day the deal was announced. The message was clear. The world's largest AI companies no longer want to depend entirely on NVIDIA. They want alternatives. And AMD is becoming the strongest challenger. The MI450 weapon, AMD's biggest weapon, arrives in the second half of 2026, the MI450 GPU series. This platform is designed specifically for large-scale AI training and inference workloads. The first major Meta deployment is expected to use custom MI450 base systems alongside AMD's Venice processors. and Helios rack architecture, this isn't just another GPU launch. It's AMD's attempt to prove it can compete directly against NVIDIA's most advanced AI platforms. And unlike previous generations, AMD now has major hyperscale customers ready to deploy it immediately. Who wins the AI war? The most interesting part of this battle is that both companies may win. Big tech is expected to spend roughly $600 billion on AI infrastructure in 2026 alone. That market is so large that no single company can satisfy all demand forever. NVIDIA still leads in software, ecosystem strength, customer relationships, and deployment scale. But AMD is proving it can no longer be ignored. The Meta partnership, manufacturing expansion, Venice processors, and MI450 launch all signal the same thing. The competition is becoming real, and the real war is no longer about chips alone. It's about complete systems, complete platforms, complete supply chains. The company that controls the entire AI stack may ultimately control the future of artificial intelligence itself. Conclusion: NVIDIA remains the giant, but AMD is no longer standing on the sidelines. With massive investments, breakthrough products, and one of the biggest AI infrastructure deals ever announced, AMD has officially entered the fight. Subscribe to ByteBreak for daily AI news, technology breakdowns, and the biggest battles shaping the future of artificial intelligence.